Welcome to a zerok 1 versus 1 on Iceland, although it looks completely different than I would imagine Iceland looking. With, in the blue, Stuart 98 with spiders on a relatively large and also flat map. Well, relatively flat at least. Versus in the red, it is Fax for, in the red, Fax with cloakbots. Who's already going to be terraforming their picket up. Interesting choice. I mean, it works very well against Flea, since it just like insta-kills them and it has very good range. So that is probably going to work out quite nicely. But I'm kind of surprised that you went for picket. I mean, against most raiders, it's not really ideal. But against fleas it can work wonderfully. And even against venom I don't think it's that bad, just because you can burst it down with like... well, you barely can't burst it down with 2 pickets, but with a little bit of support you can almost burst it down. Anyways, over here, Flea already disrupting the eco. Metal Extractor will not be going up right now. Flea has been taking care of those, so Conjurer can get back to work. On the other side, Flea was cleaned up. On this side now, Fax also coming in. And you know what? Looking at this a little bit more, these are quite steep hills, so actually going to be somewhat difficult. Yeah, impossible for glaives to, well, almost impossible for glaives to pass that terrain. They are just barely able to get through on the corner. I'm not sure if that's intentional, but it is the way it is. And 1 max already going down. Not losing a single max yet. And 3v1 glaives can take venoms, but you do need to spread them out and not have them all get stunned in a single shot. First glaive down, I don't think these glaives are going to do it. Second glaive down and the last one stunned and killed as well, very soon at least. On the other side, Fax is just expanding very safely. Nothing from their factory, which is somewhat strange, but well. They are expanding a lot better. 16 to 13, 14 eco. And yeah, just 20% better attrition for Stuart is not going to make up for that. Venom over here, taking down a Glaive, Conjurer and Metal Extractor, could definitely help out a lot. Especially because another 2 maxes, pretty much undefended. You've got a total of 3 Glaives that might be able to engage. But they're all spread out, so yeah. I mean, Venom is a bit slow. And it's not the best in terms of DPS, so it will take a while before it can take down your Metal Extractor. And by now you've got 4 glaives, still need to engage with them a little bit, well, carefully, that you don't have them all stunned. And retreating Venom is just longer range, so is able to, well, hold them off very nicely. Meaning that 2 maxes will be going down. On the other side though, Weaver, an expensive constructor, 170 metal, and it's gone. Yeah. 5 glaives over here is also enough to just push a Lotus without taking significant losses, so yeah, eco could be going down over here as well. Eco lead for Fax is, however, a lot worse, because, well, those 2 maxes going down. Venom not making the best engagement, but also why are these glaives just running through without killing the eco? I don't know. Do you really think you can engage at the factory? I mean, right now it looks like you can, actually. So good idea from you. But still, you only managed to take 1 max. And now you will probably lose all 3 of these glaives, because terrain advantage for spiders. Although, a bit weird you were able to hit, or at least seemingly able to hit through the mountain. Oh well. This is also easier to reclaim with the Caretaker, of course, than had the glaives gone down over here. So even though it was, well, 1 max here would have been 1 max there, taking this max would have probably been better, actually. Especially because it... no, not really. Overdrive is not a big deal there. Right. Over here, Venom hurt, but definitely not going to get killed. And a push with double Venom on this side. Retreating, though, which is a bit weird, because this is all completely exposed. Even just sending in a couple of fleas could do wonderful. Could do a wonderful job for Stuart, they really could. But they're not pushing forwards, so yeah. Scouting is also not ideal. I mean, they do have a little bit of radar, of course. But they don't know everything is undefended. They haven't scouted that, so yeah. That's a bit of an issue. And Reaver. Reaver, of course, being a full-on riot versus a semi-riot. Although the game, of course, says it is a riot. Yeah. Reaver is able to take good engagements against Venoms as long as it does not get stunned. Over here, a couple more glaives going down, or at least soon to go down. Last one getting cleaned up, and now there it goes, alright. And Fax still with slightly better eco, but also with seemingly more vulnerable eco. Over here, Lotus was not rebuilt, but over there you've got a Lotus, there you've got a Lotus, here you've got a Commander, so yeah, and a lot of units on the field as well. So getting through into the eco is going to be more difficult for Fax than it is for Stuart, since you can just, well, get a couple of fleas around the sides or even just a Venom, and no defenses anywhere pretty much. They've got a picket at home and they've got a couple of Lotus up front with their commander, but that's about it. So yeah, if Stuart is going to be raiding, they can definitely have this game in the bag. And just raiding with a singular Venom is not enough. I mean, it's a DPS of 57, which is not good. For a raider, that's not great. Even just a singular flea is 40 DPS. At least it was a while ago. Not sure if that has changed, I don't think so. It has changed, it's 51 now. Oh my god, they are OP. Yeah, sure. Not sure when that was changed, oh well. But yeah, in that case, even just 2 fleas, more, well, not more than double, about double the DPS from a Venom. So eco is very vulnerable. Triple max over here, another 2 maxes exposed over there. These maxes are somewhat exposed, of course this is in line with where you're sending your units. At least, like Fax is sending their units, so not as exposed. But still. Especially on these sides, yeah. Also, where are you going? Really though? Did you think you could build over there? I don't know. Anyway, Stuart has gone for a Phoenix switch. Of course, a very good idea against cloakbots. Squishy units, not the fastest. And hey, they're finally raiding. There they go. Of course, these are vulnerable, even just to singular glaives. But still, this max could have been taken down, and a sneaky raider coming in. That should also allow them to see that a lot of this is exposed. What's the range? Not that far, it only reaches to, well, there-ish. So yeah, not ideal. First Reaver will be cleaned up, question mark, just barely, yes. And bruh. What do you mean, bruh? The fact that they went Phoenix? I mean, it was a very good idea, and seems like you're going to do the same thing. Overdrive through fusion makes sense, but also, yeah, you don't have any overdrive on these things. Yeah. Not ideal. I mean, fusion is still going to be efficient, but you need to start linking these maxes up as well. And you're currently not doing that. So get these idle constructors under control and start using them. And not like that, actually. Like, no. You can't be doing that against the Commander and Lotus. Also, yeah, because Stuart has been expanding with, like, W and then holding control when you let go of your area max, it places a singular solar with each of those maxes, which means, yep, 1.7 each, because it's not overdriven right now, because they don't have energy for it, I guess. Come on now, show me that you're going to be overdriven. Anyways, if they had a little bit more energy to spare, they would be overdriving all of these maxes a little bit, so getting a lot more eco than Fax has in terms of overdrive. Not sure why you only have like 0 going into overdrive. What are you building? You don't have anything that requires energy, right? I mean, like 2, 3? Yeah, 3. Okay, so that's 2.4s. Yeah, okay, sure. I guess you can be getting up a little bit more eco then. It also makes your expansion a little bit easier, because generally a max is 2 metal per second. These are actually a little bit worse. So you should also like keep your energy and metal like going up at the same rate approximately. Packs, push in there, because that is definitely possible. Oh well. Efros in Swifts will be able to, well, fight back against those Phoenix for sure. Where are you taking all of these units? Very far backwards? Okay. Get like Sling or something close. And hold the line, push forwards. I mean, the map control for Vax is definitely good. But still, eco is exposed, so if Stuart knows about it and wants to, they could still probably take care of a lot of eco. Even on this side, just like 1 little Lotus and 2 Glaives, that's it. So it would definitely be possible. Krow coming in soon for Vax, and they are now switching into Sling to take care of the Stinger over there. Makes sense outranging it, because otherwise your Ronins all die. Little bit slow right now, and a imp was finally used. Oh, commander went down, didn't even notice. And okay. Tarantula going to, well, try and shoot down a couple of Swifts. Not the most successful, but at least they got 1. Does also, well, give a little bit of a shield for the Phoenix to come in and try and take care of these Ronins, for instance. Since the Swifts can't just, well, can't get, well, destroy those, can't sit to the front as closely. So they can't really take care of those Phoenix before they arrive, that's the issue. So the chances of the Phoenix dropping their bombs is quite high. Kremlin, the scout, nice. Turn it on to hold fire though, because otherwise it will soon be shooting at a Phoenix and then you lose vision. Not ideal, also not the worst thing ever. But still, if you're just using it to, well, scout for your slings, I don't think you want to be using a gremlin on, like, not hold fire. So like just fire at will. Oh well. It's not too bad. How far is that Krow? 50% done already. Okay, and also good eco for Vax. However, look at the attrition for Stuart, 170. Will that change with all of these Phoenix going down? No, not really, because the Phoenix are not going down. That's a bit of an issue, yeah, it really is. Fight over here, minus 1200 for Vax. Nothing killed over there. They just lost units. They are now pushing in on this side against, well, Stinger, Stardust a little bit. Yeah, not ideal. Gremlin was cleaned up. And with the Aegis here, Aegis, Slings will be a lot less efficient. Because they just don't have the DPS to deal with the 50 region. Not really, at least. You need 2 to just prevent the shield from going up. So it's not ideal. Oh well. Slowly but surely they will still break through. An expansion on this side for Stuart. Like, how is that possible? Vax, come on now. You should have secured that a long time ago. I mean, you have the units for it even. And same thing over here. Stuart, keep raiding, please. Anyways, Krow is up. Krow is moving forward. What's a good target for the Krow? Base is always a good target. Other option would be like double crab, if they sit together. But I don't really think Krow is going to be there. Yeah, seems to just be going for the base. And that makes sense. Well. Venoms over here, 2 of them, already cleaning up at least a couple of glaives, cleaning up the next max, alright. And they can keep moving and kill the next max as well. Since only now the first Reaver is going to be constructed. And even that one is just being sent forward into the slaughter of Crab. Yeah, not ideal. I mean, it is not, of course, a good unit to use against raiders. But it's still a riot skirm because it has good AoE. Anyways, long time no see. Krow to end the game. Except the game has not yet ended, because the Krow probably won't go, well, end the game. Since there wasn't that much value over here for Stuart. Yeah, there is double factory, but still. They didn't have a fusion or anything like that like Fax has. And they do have in the northeast corner, where they are going to be constructing jump bots. In a very vulnerable position for Fax. I mean, like, look at that exposed flank. Not ideal. Commander over here going to get up chainsaw, possibly getting up another factory as well. Stuart definitely on the back foot right now, because of the raid with the Krow. Good HP on it as well. This is all exposed, because Stuart only had turrets in, well, like, the front lines. So a couple of glaives can definitely start raiding. And oh, bit of a I mean, you do go to the correct position, kind of, yeah. Yeah, what kind of... Just a level 1, alright. Commander is not that important, although you do want to clean it up sooner than later. And these glaives definitely could be raiding more efficiently, rather than just running past the metal extractor. But in reality, this really should be game for Fax now. It's going to be very interesting to see if they actually manage to lose it. Like, they've got the fusion, they've got the eco, except they don't. I mean, they do, but they don't. They only have it through reclaim. And there is a lot of reclaim available. 1.5k there. They should be getting that. Another 1000 in front, 600 there, 1600 there. So there is a lot of reclaim for them to get. And Stuart's economy is going down. Krow on the other side, this number of units should easily be able to push this as well. I don't know how Stuart wants to come back from this, except for maybe anti-air spam. But even that, I mean, it's 50% HP on the Krow. Though, yeah, with its manual weapon, it is quite good. It's not gone down yet. Out of range of the anti-air. Should just barely kill that factory though. Ooh, that's a bit of a shame. It really is. It could have killed that. But no. It is just going to retreat for now. And the glaive spam is going to do it. Way too complicated. I guess, but like, let's just look at the value. You were ahead, sure, but not anymore. It's not complicated anymore, it's just time to resign. Because, yeah, glaive spam, I mean, you are having a couple of good engagements here. Because you just have more glaives. You have more dudes, as I believe it was Thrixie said. Was that Thrixie? Not sure. But now they definitely do have more dudes. Yeah. Over here, base could soon be cleaned up as well. Where has your commander gone? I don't even know. Oh, there it is. So that's not going to be defending over here. No ground defenses. Reaver will be cleaned up shortly. Or you just clean up the factory itself. That's fine too. You do lose a couple of your glaives in the process. But no more factory on this side. Factory on this side is, well, probably healed up by now. Yes, it has been. But still, Krow is on the field. Eco almost triple for Fax. So this really should be a position they cannot lose. Yeah, it really just can't be a position they lose. No. Krow, though, going all the way around, I mean, it is of course very slow to heal up, sure. Still, you can do some damage with it. And also you know about this chainsaw, so watch out for that. But you can bomb the commander for sure. And the throw ever. I mean, you had a good position here, you had 200% attrition almost. But you didn't raid, and because of that, Fax had quite good map control and also quite good eco through most of the game. At least that's what it seemed like to me. Though they really should have taken care of this like 20 minutes ago. Anyways, commander still just going forwards. But yeah. I mean, the Revenant will even be able to clean up the chainsaw if it wants to. It does not, in fact, want to. So it will not. So the Glaives will have to do it. Ah, now it wants to, finally. Took you long enough. But in this case, Stuart, I do not know why you are not giving up. I guess because you have, like, how much army? Almost 3,000 value on that side. I mean, I guess 3,000 value is not really when you want to resign. But how much army does the enemy have? Like 5,000, excluding the Krow even. Like 10,000 value easily. Yeah. I'm sorry, Stuart, but I don't see you really coming back from this. Still though, facts. I think you need to learn how, like, area mechs can be more effective, because you're leaving a lot of metal on the table. All of these maxes could be overdriven at least a little bit. Like this max is currently being overdriven for 1.7 nothing, that's right. Why do you not have any eco? Why do you not? Yeah, okay, well, that's one reason to use your area max a little bit differently. You're currently, like, not really, you don't have an excess energy. You probably want a little bit of extra energy just so that you can start overdriving. Right, Commander will be slain shortly. Once the Revenant is done with it. Yeah. Almost. Glaive to finish it off. Yes, indeed. Alright, now on this side. Phoenix. A little bit of your own medicine. Not really enough to clean up everything, but GG. Eco was better for facts the entire game, so although they weren't taking good engagements, they were able to hold on and push back.